And we just see an interesting trickle of events, man, in these athletes' career, man. Right when they're at the height. And then we see them always lose somebody around them. Right at the height of their career, right? If we look at the span of his life, it was 1,887 weeks at the time of this fight. The time that he knocked out Jake Paul. Right now we have 2 8s, and we have 7, man. Now, in other words, we have 187. When the Society of Jesus equals 187, and Brotherhood of Death equals 187 in the English language. 187 is a slang reference to murder as well, right? In section 187 of the Penal Code, which defines the crime of murder. Right, and we so happen to have, right, Anthony Joshua's best friend happened to be in a car crash. Wemby, man. Wemby had just lost his granny. His grandmother had passed away the same day he lost the NBA Cup Finals. And look at the record of the Spurs and the Knicks in the NBA Cup Championship. And mind you, these records did not change after this championship game, because that game is the only game in the NBA Cup that does not affect team records. So after this championship, their records were still 18-7. In other words, 187. Brotherhood of Death. And then Wemby grandmother dies.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter. Get lit, pop shit, get higher. I'm the hottest, call me fire. Rock out, jump up, live my life up.
Family, we are back. Thank you guys for being here. It does mean so much. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Shout out to DC Mister. Shout out to Carrie. Shout out to Patricia. Hey y'all, those be my main 3. I can't even lie. I can't lie whatsoever. Those are my main 3. Oh, Monique down there in Austin. You too. Anyways, thanks for being here, y'all. It does mean a lot. Keep interacting in the comments section. Keep hitting that thumbs up. Consider subscribing, all that good stuff. But the content, the clips, the intro. Yes. I was speechless when I seen the part about the basketball stuff and their records being 18-7, both teams, and then hearing about bro's grandmother. What a strange coincidence. Yeah, but the numbers. We're gonna focus on numbers today, you guys. Shout out to Kinfolk. Call me Kinfolk. We're gonna use this content and review and react to these clips that I chopped up. So I hope everybody's day is good. Going well. And yeah, let's get to the clips.
These sacrifices gotta happen, man. These rituals, they gotta go through. This ain't got nothing to do with Anthony Joshua not following no script. This was a script all along. Come on. Right? Because we see the same connections with Wemby the day he lost his grandmother. The span of his life. We got the same numbers. 187. Pay attention to that. We looking at the span of these people live. The day that these things happen to happen. And we getting the same numbers, man. 187. It just scrambled up. Same numbers though, same energy. The numbers themselves have the same energy, regardless of what order you put them in. Right? Because we even have 8,017 days old that Wemby was the day that he lost in the championship and the day that he lost his grandmother. Brotherhood of Death equals 817 in the Satanic Cipher. And numerology rules, zeros have no value. But come on, man, I'm just using him as a reference point, man. The next same day, he's sitting at the press conference, gotta sit here and boo. You know what? Let me not do too much. The same day that his grandmother, the same day he's sitting here fighting back tears, right? Sitting here fighting back tears.
Now, that basketball player, he's very new to the league, y'all. And if this is the case in which Kinfolk's speaking about, as far as like the numbers and having to serve up a sack, yeah, it will have you in a press conference crying. Just the timing, y'all. The timing. The same day as the Anthony Joshua thing. Yeah. So you lose the championship or whatever. You got to go to this press conference with the heavy heart. I was listening to an interview with Q from Day 26, and I'm kind of torn between this dude because I feel like he's sort of compromised, but he was talking about sacrifices and things like that, and really just signing yourself over and people doing what they want to do with you and how they treat these people like lab mice. And it made a lot of sense. It made so much sense. I might do a video about that, but let me stop rambling. Let's get to the next clip.
Back to Anthony Joshua, 187, right? The Brotherhood of Death. Jake Paul out of surgery, eating liquids for 7 days. Pay attention to all these numbers. We're going to circle back on them. After Anthony Joshua broke his jaw. Now, the span of Joseph Paul's life, pay attention to these names too, biblical names. Jake Joseph Paul was 347 months old at the time of this fight. The Brotherhood of Death equals 347. The Brotherhood of Death is another name for skull and bones. So that's why in this skull and bones ritual, Jake Paul got his jawbone broken on his skull, right? You following me now?
Crazy work. Shout out to Call Me Kinfolk. Now, OMG, bro. See, that's the thing. Like, I want to make my video so much longer because I be having so much to say, but people don't, the attention span just don't go together. But the skull and bone ritual on the same day that this dude broke his jaw and also humiliated himself. If I'm not mistaken, he took a dive 6 times. When have you ever seen that in boxing, y'all? To where even a referee allowed that. If you can't stay on your feet, we're gonna end this match. But no, he was allowed to take a dive and grab this dude's ankles, put his head on his thigh, arms around the waist, and yeah, straight humiliation. I like the way Kinfolk be breaking these videos and numbers down.
Now we seeing how these skull and bones rituals is really going on. Brotherhood of Death and Jake Paul was the victim, right, for this ritual. He even showed you in his last fight when he walked out fighting Mike Tyson that every time he fight, it's a skull and bones ritual. Look at the skull and bones on the back of his jacket. But this time, Skull and Bones defeated, and they won, and they beat Mike Tyson.
That skull and bones on his jacket is so spooky. I don't know if it's a not laser, but like a hologram type thing or what, but whatever fabric they had on that coat was meant to send messages without sending messages, only to those who know. Why do you need an emblem or a logo like that on your jacket, for one? Now for two, why does it have to be so like, I ain't gonna say complicated, but why does it have to be to where it's hit by a certain amount of light? Make it make sense, y'all. When the light hit in a certain spot, the shit lights up. Skull and Bones. The light, the illumination. Come on, man. And like Kinfolk said, every time this dude's fighting, it's a ritual. Allegedly. But Mike Tyson, what they did to Mike Tyson in the locker room, even Mike Tyson stating out his own mouth that he sold his soul. These people let you know what they do. That's what kind of irritates me with just the normal everyday person, because they still deny that these things exist. When the people that are going through these things let you know that they exist, how blind can you be? When you look at this jacket, it lights up, when it's lit up, you see the skull and bones. Wow. Now this next clip, y'all, I can't help but kind of think the same thing. I really can't. Oh my goodness, let me shut up before I get in trouble. Allegedly, how do I work this without being, let's see. I just feel like the situation was manipulated. I really do. Now, put this in perspective. The two friends no longer here. But if I ain't mistaken, the steering wheel is on the opposite side. And if that steering wheel were on the opposite side, how in the hell did the driver survive? How? But Kinfolk says, allegedly bro might have been placed in the car. Could that be why we had a lack of tropical punch Kool-Aid on the dude? Just a few specks. Wink, wink, read between the lines. What color is tropical punch Kool-Aid? What was there a lack of on this dude if that situation was as impactful, velocity-wise, as they say? And that's the best way I could put it without getting demonetized. But yeah, it's simple and it's right in our face, y'all.
Jake Paul just had to lose a fight and get his jaw broke. Anthony Joshua had to be in a car crash with two people and it looked like they put him in the car. It didn't even look like he was in that car when that car crashed. It like that car crashed and then they put him in that car. You seen him in there just sitting there, unscathed, unbothered with his shirt off. It just looked like a whole little play. Everything they do just like a production. Everything is a character. They always got to stay in character. You know, he's this big boxer, this big heavyweight boxer. So yeah, he got to be in the car with his shirt off. You see what I'm saying? It just looks so, everything just looks too strategic. You see what I'm saying? They probably put Cuz in that car afterwards. But come on. Right? Because this car crash even happened on the 76th day of Anthony Joshua's age. Like skull and bones equals 76. Yeah, 6'7". There go that 6'7" whole time, all this time.
Now, a lot of people always say, well, who's going to sit there and just map out these situations so meticulously to where they're just going by these numbers and this and that and that and the third? Listen, numbers, the sun, the stars, the moon, and a few other things play a big part. And like I said in the past few videos, the Mayans, stuff like that, even Sumerian. Listen, y'all, this thing has been going on for a while. Allegedly. The only thing that I think changed is technology and our surroundings. They're more modern, but I really feel like it's the same old practices. Now, to put it in more perspective, even back in the ancient Greek Roman days, the athletes and things like that were almost like court gestures or / entertainment for the ultra wealthy. Make it make sense. I finally watched more than 2 minutes of that game with all them people running around with the PlayStation symbols on their heads, where they had to take each other out. But there was an elite group that was entertained by that. And I don't think anything's different in this situation. It's the same correlation. Let's continue. Now, if none of these clips that we just reviewed did anything for you, check out this last one. And I like how he speaks on reflections of numbers. Now, reflections. Dualism. The same thing can mean the same thing, just a different way. As above, so below. Yeah. So if something's 14, it can mean the thing that 41 means, if you catch my drift. Bro will explain it better than me. Check this out.
Now, let's talk about, since we speaking about the brotherhood of death, let's just talk about death for a second, right? Because the death of Anthony Joshua's coach and personal trainer was on the first week and the 4th day of that fight. When the word dead equals 14 in the ordinal cipher. D being the fourth letter of the alphabet, so on and so forth. E being the fifth, A being the first. Add that up, 14. Now in Cantonese, 14 sounds just like must die. In Mandarin, 14 sounds like is dead or want death. 14 is phonetically close to must die. So the way that you say 14 in Cantonese sounds very similar to must die. So that's why in Jake Paul's 14th fight of his career, he broke his jaw. Paul equals 14. Paul must die. In this fight, it was symbolic. It was symbolic. Paul, 14, dead, 14 in his 14th match. Then on the first week and the fourth day of that, Anthony Joshua's coach and personal trainer are dead. But come on, man. Come on. Because Anthony Joshua won this fight and remained on 4 losses in his career. In Mandarin, Cantonese, Japanese, and Korean, the word for sounds very close to the word for death. So we keep on getting this number 4, man. It's number 4 and it's number 14 linked to death. And then we seen the reflection of 14, 41, skull and bones. It's all linked together, man. It's all linked together, man. I know you see that 33 right there.
We're gonna end it right there. It's so much to unpack still, because that's how it's allegedly designed. Just to think that this guy was getting ready to leave the sport of boxing and this happened. Just to think that this is one of his biggest paydays and this happened. Just to think that so much revolves around the number 33, and he's also a Mason. It leaves so much to the mind, y'all. So many thoughts. And I just feel like this is his grand closing. We've provided you this. Yes, you've worked, but we've provided you this platform. We've given you the financial stability, and we let you leave with the nice bag that can help you and your family for generations to come. What can you give us? I'm not saying it happened like that, but it's just something to think about. Let me know your thoughts. If you made it to this point, say I made it. And if I get more people that say I made it, I'll make longer videos. Trust my word. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for interacting. I'll meet you guys in the comments section. Hype up the video, thumbs up the video, and definitely consider subscribing to the Trap House Kitchen. I'm out. Peace.